Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the CTE Companion. Today we will be covering the top prospects from every division, one fighter from each division that will end up ranked by the end of the year, 100% accurate. And I believe I am qualified to talk about this as I am the up and coming MMA YouTuber. So let's start off with the flyweight division. We got Ramazan Tamirov. He's a 28-year-old from Uzbekistan, had a couple fights in Ryzen. He's 2-0 in the UFC. This one is a little bit of cheating because he was ranked 13 before he was suspended. His last fight, he TKO'd CJ Vergara in the first. Before that, he went to a decision with Charles Johnson. Pretty sure I have that backwards. I think the last one was Charles Johnson. He was suspended last July for it was taking some drug called TMZ. He was supposed to have been prescribed it, I guess, but didn't properly disclose it to the commission, so he has been suspended for a year. When he comes back, I'm sure he'll get someone up in that upper echelon of the division, or the upper echelon of the unranked, or at the top of the rankings. It's a really shallow division. I think Tim Elliott's still ranked. I know he's coming off a win, but Steve Urseg's still there. He's moved up to bantamweight. So it's really, the opportunities are there for him to make his way up in the rankings. He's a good fighter. He is crisp boxing. He has good pressure. He has a fast, diverse array of strikes. He did a really good job of countering kicks in the Charles Johnson fight. Every time Johnson would throw a kick, it seemed to get caught, and he would counter off of that. And when Johnson did shoot, he had some good wrestling defense. So he is a little bit short, but he is fast and explosive and closes the distance well and does good defending those things that longer fighters are going to use against him. Up next, in the bantamweight division, we have Siri City. He's 29 years old. He's 21, 2-1 in the UFC. He's a Canadian fighter. He's from the Ukraine. Some of you guys might not have heard of him. I think he's really good. He's 2-1, as I said. He has a split decision loss to Ramon Tavares. I thought he won that fight, but he also has a split decision win against Garrett Armfield, which maybe Garrett could have won that one. I wouldn't call either of them a robbery. They were both very close, both split decisions. The Garrett Armfield one, Garrett Armfield lost to David Onama and Brady Heastan, but he beat Brad Katona. Decent win. Kind of smoked Cameron Smotherman. Showed his wrestling. He's a good striker. He's a good wrestler. He's very diverse. He's very tall for the division. He's 5'11". Yeah, he's got a wide array of strikes. He was supposed to fight Malcolm Wellmaker. I thought he was going to win that. I mean, obviously, everyone, now that Wellmaker lost to Ethan Ewing, is a little bit down on him, but I thought Siri City was going to win that fight. Thought he was going to use his jab, move around at rage. He switches stances a lot. He's a lot of kicks. I really like his front kicks up the middle. I thought that was going to be a good weapon for him. He's very good at being disciplined. He can wrestle as well. So I thought he had all the tools to beat Malcolm Wellmaker, and that was going to be good for his trajectory. But he injured his shoulder. If he's still rehabbing it, I'm not sure when he's going to fight next. I think that they are coming to Canada in March or April, so I'm sure he'd want to get on that card. Hopefully he gets a good opponent, gets a good win. Next up, can't talk about prospects without the prospect, Nathaniel Wood. 32 years old, might be time to change that nickname soon. You're getting a little too old to be the prospect, but he's 22-6, 10-3 in the UFC, and 4-1 in his last 5. He's a bit short for the featherweight division, being 5'6". His last fight, I'm not sure he won that one. That was a bit of a robbery, but he's very well-rounded. He's a very good striker. He's a good grappler. He has a lot of wins in pure grappling matches. Very technical, good boxer. Uses the low kicks, is very defensively sound. Just kind of a very well-rounded, solid fighter, making his way up the division. He's been in the UFC for quite a while, and he keeps on winning. So I think before the end of the year, we will see him ranked. In the lightweight division, we have Quillan Salkield. The 26-year-old Aussie is 10-1 overall, 3-0 in the UFC, with 2 knockouts, obviously, of Anshul Jubilee and Nasrat Hakparak, that big head kick against Hakparak, and that cross against Anshul Jubilee. Looking really good. He's a good striker. He's a good grappler as well. He submitted Don Manfar twice on the regional scene. Don Manfar is going to make his Don Marfan, my apologies, is going to make his debut in the UFC this weekend. Quillan Salkiel is fighting this weekend as well against another Australian. He was supposed to fight Rong Zhu, but that fight got canceled because Rong Zhu pulled out. Hopefully, he is able to get a win. He's young at 26 years old. He's riding a hot streak, 2 knockouts in the UFC. Think he's going to get another one this weekend, and I think he will get another win or 2 by the end of the year and be ranked by December. Next up, we have another Canadian, 34-year-old proper Mike Malott. Another Canadian. He's 7-0 in the UFC, 14-1 overall. Definitely didn't lose to Neil Magny. That never happened. He did not throw that fight. That was actually just a psyop. He rode that out to decision. Did not get the position reversed. Did not get ground and pounded out cold. That never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. His other loss, in all seriousness, was against Hakeem Dawodu, former UFC fighter, which was actually at featherweight. Malott missed weight. He came in a little heavy at 147. Definitely not a featherweight. He's at welterweight now. He's a pretty big welterweight too. Obviously coming off of that win against Kevin Holland. That's who. The win against Kevin Holland. Honestly, not the best performance I've seen. He was very passive. There was the weird stuff with the groin shot. Kevin Holland was hurt, just adjusting the cup. I really thought Mike Malott should have put some pressure on and finished the fight when a guy is obviously that hurt. I don't know why he just sat and played it safe and picked it off at range. It would have been good for him to go in there and get the finish. Probably fighting Gilbert Burns next from what I hear. I heard Colby turned him down. He's supposed to be fighting Burns next in Canada when they come back in March or April. If he can get that win, that'll bring him up into the rankings. This is the other one I kind of cheated on. He was ranked before. He's not currently ranked in welterweight. Not sure why he got taken out, but he's not, so I'll use that to my advantage. If he beats Burns, then 100% he will get back in that top 15 and hopefully can get another win and get into the top 10 by the end of the year. He is the oldest person on this list, so at 34, time might not be running out, but he's not the youngest person out there, so hopefully he can get into that ranking later this year. Up next at middleweight, we have Christian Leroy Duncan, CLD from the UK, 30 years old. He's 13-2, 6-2 in the UFC, and 4-1 in his last 5. He's very, very, very active. He fought 3 times in 2025, twice in 2024, 3 times in 2023. He's very, very fast, great striking, switches stances at middleweight. That's not something you see very often as a person who does that. Comes from a basketball background, so you can kind of tell he uses some explosivity, uses some movements that look like some pump fakes or something like that, make some angles. Maybe basketball is the best base for MMA between CLD and Sean O'Malley. He has good wrestling defense as well. Back-to-back spinning knockouts, one with the spinning elbow and one with the spinning back fist. Very impressive. He's fighting Roman Dolidze next, so that'll probably let him crack the rankings. And once he gets that win, hopefully he fights once or twice more this year and is able to get into that top 10 as well, just like Mike Malott. Second last, we got Iwo Baranuski at light heavyweight, coming off that insane fight against Ibo Aislan. Insane round, very, very, very crazy back and forth fight. He's 1-0 in the UFC. He's 27 years old, Polish, 7-0 overall. Light heavyweight is just very shallow. I was looking around trying to see who I would put for this list, and there's really no one good, so might as well take a shot at Iwo Baranuski. It says on Tapology that he actually has a judo background. I'm not sure. With that kind of power and potentially a grappling background, I didn't go and watch his regional fight, so obviously in his Contender Series and his UFC fight, it was all striking. So if a guy at light heavyweight has that much power and is able to grapple, that's a big threat, being a dual threat there. Hopefully we see a lot more of Iwo Baranuski. He's still young, insane power. Let's see what 2026 holds for him. And last but not least, we have Josh Hokit, who just fought this past weekend. 8-0, all finishes. Really, really, really entertaining guy. 2-0 in the UFC. He's a smaller, fast, super athletic heavyweight. He can strike. He can wrestle. He got a bunch of takedowns on the weekend. He showed his speed, showed his footwork. Just he's just a lot more athletic than these unranked heavyweights. So I could just see him just being too athletic for them. Maybe once he gets in the rankings and he fights someone actually athletic like Walter Walker or something, he might be able to or he might get meet his match. But for now, I could see him smoking a guy like Shamil Gaziev, smoking a bunch of these slower, bigger or heavyweights rather. Super entertaining. He loves the post fight promos, gets him some attention, and his fighting style backs it up inside the octagon. That is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. The first video I uploaded got about 20 views. The last one got about 60. Hopefully we can ride this wave, get some momentum, and get a few more on this one. I really appreciate everyone who watched, and especially if you stuck around to the end. Thank you very much. Have a good day.